So, chapter 3, I guess. First of all, before I say anything about this, I just want to say that the aesthetic of all black is now appealing to me. Thank you to John Wick. How does this one start? Right off where the second one left off. So it wasn't a bad start to the movie. And if I can say, I think Keanu Reeves is a really good actor for these kind of roles. He makes his best foot forward shown. He lets you feel like he's really in these situations. He's a really good actor in that regard. And you know, of course, they had more Lawrence Fishburne in there as well. He did a good job. Here's my thing with the movie. The movie wasn't good. The movie was not good. It was not a good movie. This movie was not good to me, and I'll tell you why. After the events of the second movie, where John Wick's character killed the other guy who was, you know, trying to basically stay on continental grounds, then he got excommunicado, and then they brought in a new lady who's supposed to, I guess, fix all of the problems that the Continental cannot fix. So she has more power and more authority than Winston. That's the guy who runs the entire joint. Problem with me, or a problem with her for me, was that she didn't make me feel like she was really that big a deal. I did not care for her at all. There was a scene where there are several scenes where she's going around trying to find those who might have aided John Wick in any way and saying to them that they're in trouble for it, and that the high table, the people who are above the Continental, are gonna punish them for it. So the Continental, when somebody broke the Continental grounds in John Wick 1, you remember that one girl? Yeah, you remember how they brought her to the park and then 4 guys shot her in the head? Yeah, it felt really severe. It was like, holy, well, you don't wanna mess with these people. They're very powerful. This lady comes through and does nothing of the sort. She just kind of like slap on the wrist, and it's just like, are you really in charge, or do you really have this much power? Because I don't feel it. It's not fine, whatever. My problem with this movie suffers from the Kingsman effect. The Kingsman effect to me is when they bring in a lot of big name actors and the movie does nothing with them. It's like they're probably there for 15 minutes and then they're gone. The person I'm talking about right now in this regard, Halle Berry. She was in the movie for about 15 minutes and then she dipped. We didn't see her again. Literally, she was gone. She never showed her face again. She probably got paid bank for it, which is pretty dope, but why did you keep showing her to me like she was some big pivotal character? That fight with the dogs, that was a really dope scene. So like the first half of this movie was fire. First thing that we saw John do, and leading up to where he ends up in the desert right before the second half of the movie. I know I said desert, but you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, so I didn't spoil anything. Winston, as a character, I liked him. He was really cool. The clerk or receptionist or concierge, I don't know what his title would be, but I liked him as a character. There's a scene where they have to now fight together and they're running back downstairs and they have to like get more guns. That scene was so funny to me. When you guys see, you'll understand why. The main villain, I didn't like her, and the antagonist that follows behind her. So they want you to feel like she's this big boss who goes around and regulates situations, which in this movie she didn't regulate anything. Everybody is still okay. Nobody's really traumatized or hurt from this. A secondary character who I guess is supposed to be her lackey, but the thing is that there's a part in the movie where we see Winston and John having a conversation, and you feel as though they are actually friends who are now put into a difficult situation. With the main villain and her lackey, I didn't care for them. Like, they did nothing to show that one was cared for by the other. And oh my goodness. The last scene of this movie is trash. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm really split between the two of how I'm gonna rate this movie. I'm really split here. If I had to rate this movie, you can go watch it, but don't spend your own money. Nah. I watched it one time. I'm not planning on watching it again. I just don't. It's just no. Nah, I'm good. That's all I can really say without giving away any spoilers. I'm not doing any spoilers out, guys. John Wick movies are pretty straightforward. You kind of know what you're getting yourself into when you walk in the door. The action scenes were well done, but the story. But if you guys saw it, comment. Let me know what you thought about it. Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Do you feel as though the story was incredible? Because most people might disagree, which is fine. But what I need you guys to understand is that when I talk about these movies, I'm not talking about just action. You have to also consider the story. Otherwise, it's just fighting. If you want to watch fighting, just watch UFC or boxing for all of that. Because yeah, whatever. Anyway, guys, love and appreciate all the support. I know that this review was super late, and I do apologize for that. But, yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it until, like, Sunday. So, yeah. As always, guys, love and appreciate all the support. Deuces.